Hey, good morning, geometry, and welcome back to another week. Just a reminder, we got 6 days left, including today. Okay, so we're coming down to the very end. Finish strong. Make sure if you have any questions, don't wait till next week. Okay, reach out to me if you're wondering if there's things you can still turn in. Send me an email. Let me know, and I'll get back to you. So today we're going to talk about something called the exterior angle, which we touched on last week. Hopefully, if you look at this picture over here, 1, 2, 3, or 4, exterior sounds like exit kind of. It's on the outside. So the exterior angle is angle 4. Okay. Now, when we are solving for that exterior angle, if we look here at example 9, there's two ways you can do it. Okay, we'll start off with kind of the way you guys could probably figure out on your own. If we look here, 45, 70, and there's some missing angle right there where I put that dot. We know that on every triangle in the whole world, all those angles always add up to 180. So if I had 45 and 70, I will get 115. Okay. And then if we're looking for what that dot is, all we have to do is take 180 minus that 115, and we will find out what that dot is. And in our case, it'll be 65 degrees. So right here, 65 degrees. Okay, now at this point, 65 degrees right here, the x, which we don't know what that is yet, but those two angles form a linear pair, which means they will add up to 180. They're supplementary. They're also adjacent. They're right beside each other. So because of that, we can just go take 180, subtract that 65, excuse me, and we'll be left with 115 degrees for angle X there, okay? And some of you, maybe you will notice this right here is the same as this. That is always the case, okay? So we've got kind of a shortcut. The way we did it works, and you can always do it that way. But the shortcut is, anytime we are looking for an exterior angle, we know that the exterior angle, or angle 4 in our case up here, is going to equal angle 1 plus angle 2. Now in our case, angle 1 and angle 2 are the two interior angles that are not adjacent to it. Okay, so it's not based on those numbers. Okay, it's based on the fact of their location. So over here, 3 form the linear pair. So we know these two add up to 180. We also know that these 3, 1, 2, and 3 add up to 180. So if we take that out from both sides, 1 plus 2 will have to equal whatever angle 4 is. Now, the way we did it worked, but the shortcut will allow us to do it much quicker. We can look over here and define the exterior angle, which in our case, there's no variable there. It's right here, where I put the dot. Okay, the exterior angle, we just take the two non-adjacent interior angles, so 90 and 53. Just a quick reminder, if it's 90 degrees, that means that's a right angle, so a right triangle. Okay, we just take that 90 plus 53, and we will get 143 degrees as our angle. And we're done. Okay, so let's scroll down. We got two more here. Exterior angle, once again, on the outside. The reason I choose this spot, the angle goes around it. Okay, I can't just come over here. Over here, there's no angle formed there. Okay, that's where the exterior angle occurs. Now, we look 46, 71. All we have to do is add those together. 46 plus 71. And our final answer, we get 117 degrees. And we are done with that problem. Okay, so now our next one. On this one, there are two different angles we got to find. Okay, where the X is and the Y. So it's up to you which one you do first. I don't care. I'm going to do the exterior angle because that's what we've been doing. So this X. And so all we have to do is add these two interior non-adjacent angles together. This box means 90. So once again, we got a right triangle. 90 plus 34 will give us 124. That is going to be what X equals. Okay. Now Y. Two ways you can solve it. they'll both involve the same math. You can think of x plus y equals 180 because they're a linear pair. So we do 180 minus that 124 and get our answer of 56. Okay, the other way you can do it, 90 plus 34 was 124. These three add up to 180. 180 minus that 124 still gives us 56. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. You're still going to get the same answer. Oops, I made a mistake. I accidentally wrote our answer there. Sorry about that. 180 minus the 124 will leave us with 56 degrees, and that is what y equals. And notice x plus y here, 124 plus 56. That does add up to 180, which is good because we have a linear pair over here. Okay. Now the final thing I want to talk about today is not about exterior angles. Now we're back to interior angles. Now we know that every single triangle has three interior angles that add up to 180. So these three angles have to add up to 180. Now in this case, the directions tell us to solve for x. We're not finding what this angle is. We're finding what x would be that would make that true. All we have to do is add those three together and equal them to 180. So we can do 60 plus 35 plus 43x minus 1 equals 180. At this point, it's just an algebra 1 problem. Okay, now be careful. Combine your like terms. Okay, so the 60, the 35, and the negative 1 can all come together. So 60 plus 35 is 95, minus 1 gives us 94. So we're going to have 94 plus 43x equals 180. At this point, we'll subtract the 94 over, and we're left with 43x equals 86. Okay, and all we have to do then is divide by 43, and we get x to equal 2. Now it's important for us to realize that's not what this angle equals. That's what x equals. If I had to find what this angle is, I would just plug the 2 in. So 2 times 43 is 86, minus 1 gives us 85. Okay, and that would be our final answer for that angle. But for what x is, it's just 2. So we look at the next one, same exact thing. We're going to try to solve it. So this time I'll use a different color. So those three angles we know add up to 180. So we'll do 80 plus 8x minus 6 plus 50 equals 180. Okay, at this point, we're going to find our common terms. So 80, negative 6, and 50, they're all on the same side. We can combine those like terms. And 80 minus 6 is 74, plus 50 gives us 124. Still plus 8x equals 180. Then at this point, all we got to do is subtract. And we're going to have 8x equals 56. And if you can't do all this in your head, that's fine. Use a calculator. Divide by 8, and we're going to get x to equal 7. Okay, so at this point, a couple things we've learned about triangles just to review. At the top here, we talked about the fact that when it's an exterior angle, the two non-adjacent angles can add up to equal that exterior angle. Okay, that can save you some time. So like on example 10 here, we just added the two angles that were not touching it. 90 plus 53 gave us 143. That was our answer for our exterior angle. And then the other thing we talked about is if we're solving for x on a triangle here, we know that the three angles always add up to 180. We can add those three parts up, equal 180, and then do an algebra problem to solve it. So please let me know if you have any questions. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.